What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Ride Home. My name's Mitch, and I'm here with my buddies,
Daniel
and Matt.
And you might notice something different tonight. Daniel has a Ride Home hat on.
I very much do.
Yeah. So I bet you guys noticed that right away.
100%.
I think that's the only announcement tonight.
Yeah, I think that's it. Well, it was a great episode with you guys. We'll catch you guys next on the next one.
Whoa. So I've seen some comments on the YouTube vids that we need some guests.
Oh, yes.
Ironic timing for that to pop up because our buddy Trip, who's normally here, is actually not here. This is not Trip.
Huh?
He does not have red hair.
I don't know about that.
This is Matt. So Matt is my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's also Daniel's brother. I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So, yeah. How long have you known Matt, Daniel?
Roughly probably 26 years.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've known Matt, oh, geez, I don't know, 8 years, 7 years?
Has it really?
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe 6, 7, somewhere in there.
5, 4, somewhere in there.
No. Definitely longer than Shay and I have been married.
Yeah.
But, yeah. We are sad Trip's not here, even though we do have Matt. Sorry, Matt, not to put you down like that.
Yeah.
But Trip is, he's in war.
He's fighting a good fight.
Yeah. He's out, I don't know, shooting machine guns and stuff, I bet.
Sounds fun.
He's probably sitting back in a lazy chair right now. Or a lazy boy.
No, he is at basic training.
Yep.
For the Air Guard. He's making it happen for his family. Proud of him, you know.
Super proud.
Leaving his wife and baby had to be difficult, but like I said, he's making it happen, enabling his wife to stay home with the baby, and so super proud. Except I'm not proud of the fact that he's skipping out on the pod.
Yeah.
For what, 8 months?
Yeah. At the time of watching this, he could be back because we're recording this now. He's been gone for like 2 weeks. Just about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think so.
So he'll be gone for a while, but he will have access to a phone here in another 4 weeks.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah, 6 weeks total. So we might do some.
He said he was going to pull some strings. So
do some virtual meetings together somehow. Do some virtual recording. So that'll be fun. So yeah. So Trip, we miss you, but you should be here. So shame on you. What are we talking about today?
Well, we talked about Trip. I think you wanted to talk about the 100 men versus 1 gorilla. How about that?
Yeah, there is a viral controversy going on in America, and we're here to solve it.
Oh.
Yeah, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. I've seen so much on social media about it, but I think we're blowing it out of proportion, and we can answer that right now. So I know where I stand. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Who would win in a fight? Humans don't get any weapons. Neither does the gorilla. It's just hand-to-hand combat. Where do you stand?
Well, what's the setting of this fight?
I mean, I guess we're probably going like to the jungle.
Okay.
So he's got a home field advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could meet on neutral ground to make it fair, like
on a boat?
a boat.
On a yacht?
Yeah, a large yacht.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to Black
Neutral
Ops.
neutral territory here. All right. Yes, 100 men versus 1 gorilla on a yacht.
Okay.
Neutral playing field.
So I didn't really know what this actually was until, like, I know you said that on your news feed it was popping up all the time.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't get that at all. So I was like, when you texted me that, I was like, I have to do some research. Like, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean,
Well, yeah. So I'm like, okay, so what's the deal? Like, I didn't know if there was anything further or anything.
No.
So, and then I looked, like, they were saying, that 100 men could take down one gorilla. But I'm like, I think one man could. And I think it depends on the person, though.
Oh, my. Tarzan could, I guess.
I am risking the
Mike
biscuits
Tyson,
right now.
Maybe.
This is a whole new level. I did not expect this conversation to go that way.
I did not either.
One person.
One person.
That's
Okay, I do
interesting.
not agree with that.
I think Dwayne the Rock Johnson hit that gorilla with the rock bottom. I think he'd be all good.
I think he's a little, he might be a little too old for that. I think that's just
Well,
my opinion.
Okay, the Rock in his prime,
But,
about
I don't.
15 years ago. 20
I
years
don't think we can go back in time with this. I think it's like
Well, fair enough.
tomorrow. Tomorrow this fight happens.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it ain't happening. I don't think.
Exactly.
I believe 100 men could take down the gorilla.
Yeah.
Daniel
you could.
agrees.
Now I do, yeah. But you gotta I think you gotta strategize though.
Yeah, that's our advantage. Strategy. You agree,
Yeah.
Matt?
I would agree. I can tell you one thing: I will not be the first person to go
Yeah.
hand to hand with this gorilla.
That's the thing. We're going to need about 7 or 8 super committed dudes to go first.
They need to be our sacrifices.
Exactly. They're going to die. Their job
Yeah.
is to wear down the gorilla. They're probably going to die.
basically.
And that's the key. We got to have, let's just round it up. We need 10 committed guys to get in there, get scrappy, tire them out.
You find these people in prison, ones that are going on death row or something. Is that where you find?
I mean,
these
you might just
7
find them in
victims?
Florida.
Yeah, very true.
Florida man.
That correct?
Throwback to episode 2.
Yeah. Thanks, Izzy.
Okay, well, this is a lot easier. I mean, I was prepared to get into some psychological warfare with the gorilla,
Yeah.
where you try to befriend it. Maybe we build relationships with it.
I don't think that's.
I don't think you've
happening.
watched Planet of the Apes, have you?
Yeah.
I mean, I watched who's that? Jane something. She's like a scientist. Was friends with gorillas. The gorillas killed her eventually. Yeah, I think there's a
I don't remember.
documentary about her as well.
So one person cannot take on a gorilla, is what he's saying.
It just depends on the person.
Tarzan did. Tarzan beat Kerchak, the head
Mm-hmm.
gorilla. Also beat a jaguar.
Is
I saw the movie.
Yeah, is Tarzan real?
I haven't watched that movie in years.
Next question, please.
Yeah, I think it would be difficult finding people to sacrifice themselves to be the first ones to go all in at this gorilla and wear it down.
It's for science.
Okay.
I mean, you go down in history.
Yeah, it's one of the 7 people that died from
Yeah.
battling a gorilla.
Yeah. I just think it's surprising that so many people think the gorilla could beat 100 people.
Is there really people that say that?
Oh, yeah. One of my friends. I won't name him out.
Oh, you gotta call him out.
No. You know who I'm talking to. You know who you are.
All right, so then what's the lowest amount of people we think that could take on a gorilla and beat it?
Ooh, good question.
It's Kyle, isn't it?
Yeah, just get 25 Kyles.
Give
Have
them all
face.
2 monsters before.
Yeah.
They can start seeing sound and they're just
Yeah.
in.
Got them
Yeah, I feel like
Kyle.
25. That's a good number.
25.
25 people could take down a gorilla. I don't even
Nice
think it'd take
quarter.
100.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're saying a quarter?
A quarter of 100.
Yeah. Well, yeah, would take down a gorilla.
Yes.
That's interesting.
I think maybe around 33.3 people could probably take out
Okay.
a gorilla.
A third.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing fractions now.
That's what the number I think.
Yeah.
33.
The 0.3 is actually just a boy,
Mm-hmm.
not a man.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing we wanted to talk about today was some goals or where we see ourselves in 5 years. I think that's a good conversation because talking about goals and telling other people about your goals kind of helps you move towards your goals, right?
Exactly.
Like if you talk about how much you dislike your job or school, you're gonna be like disgruntled with it, grow frustrated with it. But if you're talking about eating healthy and working out, and you're talking about that, you're learning about it, you're gonna be like more motivated to like work towards that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we thought we'd spend some time talking about our goals and kind of where we see ourselves in 5 years. That's kind of like the baseline we're going to use. Is like 5 years from now, where do we want to be, or what are a couple goals in life? So, who wants to kick that off?
You do, Daniel? Okay.
Give me one of your goals, Daniel.
Honestly, probably my main goal was probably just, yeah, probably
one.
like a house.
A house,
You
yeah.
know, building, being able to build a house and that, and
So you're looking to buy land? What's your?
I think that's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably be. I'd like to be in the next 5 years. Try to do that.
Within 5 years, yeah. You got a similar goal?
Yeah, mine is kind of similar. It is actually buying a house.
Just buying a house, yeah. You're
Yeah.
not gonna build it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't really care about like building or anything.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with just like buying a house.
Good bones. That's what
Yeah.
you gotta say. Knock on the walls. Yeah, this thing's got good bones.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I know you said like 5 years, but I'm hoping a little sooner than that. you
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that counts within the 5 years.
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
I've been thinking about this in like different sections of life, and so like home life seems like that's what we're talking about. We own our townhouse. It's good. It's fine. But within 5 years, I think we'd like to be in a single family, hopefully a couple acres.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be like our forever home. So similar to Matt, I'm hoping for like 3 years, but
Yeah.
Lord willing, 5 years for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So homes in the
Mhm.
future of this group. Now we know. So Daniel, I'm gonna ask how that house is coming along.
Not really good right now, but we are working on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's tough right now with trying to find a decent sized property for, the actual
Affordable.
value of it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue right now.
Are you looking for land that's like off the main road, or do you want it kind of near a main road, or
Oh.
does it really matter? Or like what are you kind of looking for when you're looking
Yeah.
for land? Or have you
I
even
don't know.
thought about it?
I haven't really thought about like being close to the main road. Actually, just kind of, I don't know. I'd like to have a little bit of land that I could set up like target practice and be able to invite people over to shoot and
Some privacy,
Yeah.
ability to do what you want. No HOA.
Yeah.
That's
Amen.
a good rule. No
Yeah.
HOA. That'll get you pretty much everything you want.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
5 years from now, I think I'll be married still.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. That's,
I'm
that's where I
rooting
see
for you.
myself. Yeah.
Still to the same person or
Yeah,
somebody else?
Same wife,
Okay.
same kid. 5 years from now, probably see another kid in the future. But that's
Mm.
where the house comes in. Hopefully, the
Yeah.
forever house is before kid number 2.
You hoping for boy or girl? Or too early?
You know, I still don't mind, but a boy would be cool.
Maybe you get twins and get one of each.
Yeah. Jump right up to 3 kids.
Yeah.
Be like, okay. I think we're good now.
Buy one get one free.
Yeah.
Is that how that works? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, so family life, maybe another kid in the future, new home. Yeah. Work is another place my mind goes when I'm thinking about like goals 5 years
Yeah.
from now. So I'm fortunate enough where I'm at. I do plan to be at the same company in 5 years. I'm planning to kind of ride it out there for now. So my job, it's like super clear cut where you can be promoted to
Yeah.
pretty much know what everyone makes or about what they make there. It's
Mhm.
just like out in the open. So pretty fortunate to be technician 4 is what they call it. And the
Okay.
max technician you can get is 5. So I'm grateful for where I'm at, doing well. But after technician 5, you can't go up anymore. And don't get me wrong, like I keep saying, it's good pay and stuff, but you
Yeah.
can go to management and then it's like a salary income. So I think my goal is to get to a management position and not for the chase of money. Well, I mean, we work for money, right?
Well, yeah.
But
Yeah.
going back to home life, when we have a larger family and hopefully we're like settled into like a home we want to be in for a long time, I want to give my wife that option to be home with the kids if she wants, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
that's probably like the biggest goal I have on my mind right now. And I don't know if 5 years is feasible to get to that point. Might take more like 7 or 8, but
No, but like within that 5 years, you'll be able to build the steps and
right.
do
Like,
all the grunt work essentially to
yeah,
be at that level
right.
eventually.
Learn and maybe at least get to like that technician 5, that
Yeah.
in between step.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is definitely going to be what I'm working towards in my work life.
Yeah.
You could also start buying weekly lottery tickets. You might get lucky once.
Yes. It seems like a much better use of my efforts and money.
Yeah. Yeah, just buy the $1 ones. One's $5. You know,
I heard
$5 every week. What's
lottery
that?
tickets went up to $5 a piece or something. I
Oh,
don't
did
know.
they?
I don't buy them,
I
but
don't either.
if they do, you can't even afford to have the hope of winning the lottery now.
Yeah, skip dinner one night and get a lottery
Oh
ticket.
yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
My
I'm glad Matt's here to give our listeners really good sound
Okay,
advice.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that.
I was gonna
actually, now
say.
that I think of it.
my lottery is being able to wake up
Yeah.
every morning.
There you go. Thank you, Lord.
Amen.
You guys got goals in like your work life?
Yeah. For me, I'm just trying to find the time to be able to sit down and do it, but I want to do some schooling in that to
Ooh.
get into real estate. So
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
something I've been pressing on myself to do. I enjoy houses and not really the thing that hurts me is like I'm not really good with numbers a whole lot, but talking to multiple acquaintances about it and they're just like, oh, basically just I mean, all they do is just have their calculator out and everything like that,
Yeah.
and everything's basically written out for you.
Right.
Basically, you're there, I mean, you're talking to different agents and all that, and
Yeah.
loan officers and
You're
stuff
there
like
to
that.
like help buyers if you're planning to be
Yeah.
like a buyer agent.
Yeah.
You're there to like help buyers through the process because it's
Yeah.
confusing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things I want to been. I'm currently working on too, and I was and actually one of the steps that has been my first step really was I ended up. So we play on the church softball team,
Yeah.
and I met this guy, Eddie, and he's got his own power washing company.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, like it's just where I was working at, and I've been working at this place for like 8.5 years, like, and so like, for like 6 days, 6 days a week
Yeah.
for like 8.5 years, and it's like, I was like, the thing that I hated about it the most was like, I kept it as my safety net.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if I don't try something, I'll have this to come back to,
Yep.
So like the first goal or the first step in my goal of the like job wise and that was I ended up leaving that job.
Yeah.
And I ended up working for Eddie, and now I work for him kind of like full time in that or a little bit more
Right.
now, and so that's just one of the steps that I've taken to, which is like way different from where I want to be, but I
Right.
feel like it was the first step to get me out of that whole
The comfort zone.
yes the
Yeah.
comfort zone and the whole
Kind of forcing your own
Yes.
hand that like now I
Exact-
have to do something.
exactly,
Yeah.
and it's just like I felt complacent there, like kind of just everything was
Oh yeah.
You
Good
know.
word. It's
So, like-
easy just to do the routine of what's safe and
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's familiar.
Yep.
Well, nice, man. You're already
So-
working towards it.
Yep.
That's cool. I'll have to connect you with my buddy. the real estate agent.
Oh yeah, I heard you want to be on the podcast too.
Yeah, drop a comment,
Yeah.
friend of mine. Get you connected.
Yeah.
Matt,
Yeah.
how's work going for you?
You know.
All right.
And we don't. That's why we're asking.
Yeah. That's not going too bad now. Now that we're out of tax season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I'm an accountant, so I do taxes for a good bit of the year, and then the rest of the year I'm pretty much able to sleep. So
Yeah, he's an accountant. He's good with money. That's why he was recommending you buy lottery tickets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
good
So-
financial investment there.
This
Yeah.
is my accountant right here.
Super good rate of return.
Yeah.
Again, not at all. Not at all. We should talk about that on another episode, like gambling and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like tattoos, drinking. That would be a good episode.
That's a
Yeah.
very good episode.
Yeah. Announcement. We're gonna do an episode like that.
Oh, sounds fun.
All right. We'll have an accountant on to talk about the gambling or something.
Yeah.
Maybe not this one because he's recommending you buy lottery tickets, but
I think we got time. We can
Yeah.
hit up Hollywood Casino tonight.
oh jeez. Oh man.
But-
All right. Home life, work life. How about spiritual life?
That's a good one. That's
Wait.
a tough one.
Matt, you just said you're an accountant. Did you have any goals, or are you like
Oh,
happy
yeah.
where you're at?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty solid where I'm at right now, I think.
Good.
I mean, I don't really have anything to complain about. I mean,
Yeah.
during of course, like tax season is like during the winter, so it's like there's not too much stuff to do anyway. So I mean, usually you're working anywhere between like maybe 50 to 60 hours during tax season.
Right. Right.
But I mean, like again, there's not like a ton of stuff that you'd be missing in life by working from like those long hours from like February to mid-April.
Yeah.
And then like during the summer, so after that, Fridays we're getting like half days, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
been pretty nice.
Anyone listening and wanting a career field,
Yeah.
accountant, half days on Fridays in the summer.
Well, I don't know if every job does that, but I know our company does,
Yeah.
which is nice.
I've heard of a few others that are
Mhm.
similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is cool. Well, good. Yeah, you don't have to have if you're chilling in one area of life and you're focused on another, that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Spiritual life, that's what I was getting into. This is an interesting one because
Yeah.
it might not sound like how do you have goals in your spiritual life or your relationship with God, but I was thinking about it for myself. I'll give you guys time to think. I was like, okay, so let me look at my spiritual life now, like, and how do I want to be better? So the 5 years thing, I don't know what 5 years from now looks like in my relationship with Christ and my involvement in the church. I'm kind of like looping that in, but like what areas could I get better at? So I've been trying to be in the Word more, and I feel like that has been better. But I notice when it's the weekend
Mhm.
or vacation time or just a busy morning, like it doesn't happen. I'm like, okay, so I can continue to get better at that.
Yeah.
That's like one goal of mine. I'm involved in the youth group, and I think I'd still be involved with youth group 5 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe I'll have some more involvement or role
Yeah.
in the church. I definitely could see that happening. I don't know what it is yet. Maybe it's part of that biblical counseling team or
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that would be a great fit because I think you were going in for social work, didn't you?
I
Or you
studied
got-
social work
yeah.
in school, so
That'd be great.
that's rolled around in my mind before. So maybe that's something I should look into more. Maybe
Yeah.
it's involvement with I think some sort of men's group or leading a small group. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure, but yeah, I think I need to like take another step out and not just stay content and try new things and
Yeah.
meet new groups at the church. So some more church involvement, I think, for me.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Anything come to mind? You guys are pretty involved.
Yeah.
You on a couple teams already and stuff.
Yeah, I'm on one team, so yeah.
Daniel does. How many teams do you do?
Right now I'm on the parking, safety, youth.
I'm like, man, you got more?
I think that's it. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, show off.
But yeah, like I look up to you, like even you or Patrick, even, and not and Skip even from our church.
Yeah.
I look up to them as well, even though we shouldn't, but like we look them up, look up to them like a high figure, because it's like whenever you ask them something, they like automatically know, like in this verse, and you can connect it with this verse, and that'll get your answer you're looking for, or the help that you're needing. And I wish I could be on that level. And that's my goal for like 5 years. For the next 5 years is to dig deeper in that. And
yeah.
Someone like one of the youth comes up and is like, "Hey, I'm going through this." And then I can send them a text, or like the following week or whatever, and be like, "Hey, listen, check this verse out. This will help you with
Yeah.
And that's where and it not for my more to my benefit too, is to learn more.
Yeah.
But also being able to help,
yeah,
help other people with that too.
Yeah. I've been in the Word more, but I'm definitely not great at quoting scripture, so that's something I could get better, or memorizing scripture, yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can like, oh, there's a verse that says this. I don't know where it is, so like things like that I could get better at too. So good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reapply. Steal that one.
I even started I got like a devotional book too. I ended up buying one from, I think, Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I went to lunch with one of the guys from the church, and that Toby, and he was telling me he uses there was a book he was reading that had it was like a men's devotional book.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I would love to check that out. I've never heard of it or anything like that. I would love to check that out sometime. The following Sunday,
yeah,
he's like, hey, I got something for you, and he got me that book.
Oh, good.
So now I haven't really had time to look at it, but that's the issue, is I always put off on the time, and that even though I could wake up a little bit earlier,
right,
or
that's where it comes in.
Yeah. So like I've found like recently my time has just been it's been weird. So it's trying to find time. I guess I could get up a little bit earlier to try to read a little bit more. And like, hey dude, I read that book, it's awesome. And I judging by like what he's told me already about the book, I haven't like read the whole thing yet, obviously, but he said it was a great book. So
yeah, that's awesome. Now you kind of reminded me of some of my goals I'm like actively working on. So like at the men's conference last year, Pastor Chris gave a sermon about things we can practically do as men to move ourselves closer to God and better ourselves. So I've been like working on some of those over the past year, and one of those is reading.
Yeah.
And that's like the hardest one. I started getting in the Word on my own like a little before that, but I've been trying to read some like other books as well. And so when was the men's conference? Like
September. Yeah.
Okay, so
first weekend.
It's May now. So how many months is
it's
that?
coming up. Yeah.
8 months. It's been 8 months or so since the men's conference.
Roughly.
Yeah, roughly. That's pretty accurate.
4 months now.
I feel like I've read like 3 books, maybe 2.5. I kind of left one because there was so many numbers. It was a psychology book.
Oh, okay.
But been working on that. Been in the gym. That's been like personal goal of mine. So those goals can go as big or small as you want.
Exactly.
Like buying homes, that's big. That's big time. But reading a chapter of the Bible a day, that's also really big.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna. You can start that tonight. You know.
For real.
Yeah. The accessibility is different.
Mm-hmm.
The timeline. So Yeah. But again, talking about goals is good. Helps us move towards
It
them.
is.
Helps us keep each other accountable. But also, of all the goals we just shared, we're probably not going to hit all of them, right? Because
No.
what I've learned in my short time as an adult, because I guess I'm a full-grown adult now,
Yeah.
is that God has different plans a lot of the time.
Amen.
I've seen that so many times, just since high school. I thought you heard in my testimony that I thought I was gonna marry the girl I
Yeah.
dated in high school.
Yeah.
That plan, God was like, nope, got something better for you.
Yeah.
I went to school for social work, intended to be, a social worker, helping people in the community and stuff.
Oh yeah.
God's like, I'm gonna put you in a manufacturing site. That's been working out pretty good for me.
Yeah.
I thought I'd get my master's degree, and God's like, you're gonna get a promotion at this manufacturing place, and so on and so forth. Never thought I'd buy a townhouse.
Yeah.
I thought I'd go from our apartment to like a nice home with some
Yeah.
land, and God's like, how about a stepping stone in between? So
Yeah. Here's one in the middle, kind of.
yeah, yeah. His plans are always better, and gives me more peace as we talk about these goals, knowing that
Yeah.
I might not hit this timeline of promotions at work.
Yeah.
But if it's God's will that Shay stays home when we have a second kid, then He'll make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not like in the way I see
Yeah.
it being feasible. One of the things Chris talked about at the men's conference was mentorship, and I just had my first mentor connect this week.
Really?
8 months later, I met with a guy. He goes to Berkeley Springs, cool guy, business owner, and king of the side hustle, he claims.
Okay.
So he was kind of picking my mind and giving me some hustle ideas and critiquing some ideas I had. So that was cool. I'm looking forward to growing that relationship, and
Yeah.
maybe it's an avenue down the side hustle, and it's not really
Yeah.
my primary income. I don't know, but
Yeah.
no,
And I don't think there's really anything wrong with trying to better yourself too. Your own
definitely
self,
not.
100%. Like, the big thing is not like chasing the money, but like
Yeah.
it will come if you stay true to yourself and stay
loyal and
Yeah.
giving
Yeah.
God the glory along the way. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, taking care of your family and that too.
Exactly. Having your priorities right.
So.
Not after it to get the Corvette. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Nothing wrong with having a cool car either, but just gotta keep your priorities right, I guess.
I feel you. I really want that GTR, man. It's- for years, man. Now, I think one day, but
Yeah,
just not right now.
exactly. Gotta get that land.
Yeah, for real. That's gotta come first.
You guys got anything else?
What about you, Matt? On the spiritual?
Yeah. I guess something for me is, so like since the men's group, I think I talked to Mitch a little bit about this,
Yeah.
but I've been getting into the Bible more, and because I've never like been into like reading and stuff, so yeah, I've been reading the Bible, and I've read all the New Testament, and I'm in, I think, around like Psalms 53 right now, so
That's awesome.
yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, dude, that's
So yeah, I started
so
in
much chapters to go.
started in September, and probably like for about a straight week or so, like I was in it, and I was probably reading like a solid 10 chapters a day, and
that's how you made progress. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And then probably throughout like the rest of near the end of September, I don't really know why, but I kind of gave up on reading. Like I wasn't reading like at all.
Yeah.
And then I started randomly reading like maybe 1, 2, 3 chapters a day, like early October, and then I started really getting into it and started reading like anywhere from like probably 3 to like 7 or 8 chapters a day again, and then
Man.
And then, I mean, yeah. So once I got back into it, I was like, there's some good stuff in here. So,
Yeah, I guess there is.
so
Is this during work hours too?
no. So what's kind of been easy for me is like I'll go home and like grab dinner and then like go into my room or whatever, and then I'll eat dinner and read some Bible.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's kind of like what works for me the best.
right. My habit's been when I wake up, and this is probably why I mess up on weekends with reading and stuff. But I wake up and I go downstairs. My wife takes like a while in the bedroom to get ready and stuff. So while I'm downstairs, I can like make a cup of coffee, eat some breakfast, and while I'm eating breakfast, I'm usually reading the Word.
Yeah.
So, but on weekends when we get up at the same time and the baby's up at the same time, yeah, I get derailed. So I need to figure out a new weekend plan or be intentional
Well, she
and
should
wake
start
up
reading
early.
too.
Yeah, get the baby in the Word. Lena, this is our quiet time.
Yeah.
It is cute. She loves when we pray. She just like it's quiet, but she's like looking at us, and when we say Amen, she just laughs. So,
Oh, that's cute.
But yeah, another thing with mine is once I totally get through like the whole Bible, I want to like go back through it and read it like slowly so
Yeah.
I understand it more instead of just being like, hey guys, I read the Bible in like a year or something.
yeah, I was actually going to say something along those lines, but I didn't want to like down the fact that you are
Yeah.
reading the whole Bible because that's super impressive, and I've never done that.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, going back and like digesting it,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
it'll be like a whole different experience again. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember one night I was talking to you, and I think you were talking something about David or something, and I was just giving you like all these facts and stuff.
You were. I was like, wow.
And it just happened that I had just read that book.
Yeah,
So,
and I was
that's how-
like, at the start of that book. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. And I was like, man, Matt knows the word, man.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well,
But yeah.
I think that was a good talk.
Yeah, most definitely was.
All right. So,
I would say for them, for our kids watching as
and adults.
and well, yeah, adults, yeah, yeah, is write down some things that you want to do in life and see, try to like find the right steps that would bring you to that place. Like I said, for me, it was leaving my job of 8.5 years to move to the next chapter, and then write down 5 year or like your 5-year plan, or even if you have your 5-year plan, go with your 10-year plan
Yeah, and tell someone about it.
and tell someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have an accountability partner is who was Danny or Katie said in one of our comments on our last video.
Yeah.
So like yeah, that would be a great asset to be able to do that and just plan out when you write it down, when you say it, you'd be like, I mean, a lot of people say like speak it into existence, and
Right.
and that's true.
There's truth to it. Yeah.
That's very true. But write down your steps too. That's really where because then it's not going to be like, oh, I forgot. You have it written down, so it's like, okay, I need to get to here to do this.
Yep. I think the biggest thing is, like we were saying, is just it's intentional to write down your steps.
Yeah.
And anytime you're being intentional, it's helping you move towards the goal. Same
Yeah.
with like talking about it.
Yeah.
Being intentional. So.
Yeah, and especially with like your age and that was and even our age and that too. It's like having, like you said, having that partner to the accountability partner to for you both to do it and lean off each other for it.
For sure.
To guide you to that next place, and that's not even just I'm talking about work wise, but getting into the Bible, start your own little group or whatever. Like we have a young adult group through our church, and that's where that's where I've actually, because I was out of church for so long, I just kind of forgot everything from the Bible, and it wasn't until like the young adult group. It's just when I got back into church and started dealing with that it's a slow, but it's a progress, but yeah, just
Cool.
keep on,
Keep on.
keep on keeping on.
So drop a comment of one of your goals in the next 5 years. And I'd say tune in next time on YouTube or Spotify to
The
The Ride Home. Pretty good. Awesome.
But